Well, welcome back, everybody. I've been sitting here talking to myself for the last hour. I've just been sitting here, not streaming, doodling away. Oh, I feel funny now. I was wondering why it was so quiet. That's embarrassing. Well, welcome back to the stream. I've been working. For what I've been putting together today. I guess I'd have to go back over it. How is everybody today? That's really funny. Some of the things I was talking about was actually going along with what you guys were talking about. So that's neat that I can have a one-sided conversation with myself. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Actually, I've been talking for so long to myself, to nothing. My throat is dry. I'm going to go get a drink. So, ta-da! How's everybody doing today? What we're finishing is our halfling today. Our halfling commission. I've gotten the loot built. I copied the symbol of the dreamer from the loot. I colored it. Finished up the flats. I hope I'm streaming now. Otherwise, this is going to be double embarrassing later. It looks like I am live, so that's good. That's good. Welcome back, everybody. Boop, 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 boop. And now I'm just clicking through stuff because I don't know where the hell I am. All right, we're back. Okay. So a few things I got left here. I've added a shape layer here. Or a clipping layer. Not yet, but it will be. That is basically just this color. And I've used a clipping mask to kind of paint in my shadows. So that's where I'm at. So I've just created the shadows using a gradient map. I'm actually not sure. I think I want it to be a little brighter. So I might adjust the colors here a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more. That's not too shabby. I'm doing epic because I broke a character on my account. No, you definitely weren't streaming until a few minutes ago. Thank you, Veronica. I'm very, very glad someone asked what to do. I think it was you, yeah. What to do while we wait? And I was like, waiting? What do you mean waiting? I've been streaming for an hour. That's my fault. So thank you. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, so welcome back, everybody. Yeah, so I'm going to fiddle with this color layer a little bit until I'm happy with my shadow colors. I think that's pretty good. I actually made it darker. I was going to make it brighter, and I made it darker. But I think that looks pretty good. I'll probably soften up some of these lines on the face. Thank you, Cthulhu. I wish you guys would have seen me doing this whole process. That would have been way more entertaining, I bet, than waiting around in the lobby. I appreciate how long you all waited in the lobby for me. That was amazing. I really thought we were having a nice conversation. I feel like I'm never going to live that one down in my own mind. I'm just going to have to learn how to cope with that. Make sure I hit the go live button next time. Okay, yeah, we're looking good. I'm liking a lot of this. Go through here and kind of make some of these look a little better. Get some of these lines a little more placed. Like this. I think this could be a lot more. See, that's too much. Now it looks fuzzy, and I don't want it to look fuzzy. I want it to look purposeful and intentful. How's that do? I still think that looks fuzzy. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it with the line. There we go. That looks better. My Radfolk Rogue has a 462 to Escape Artist. How did that happen? I had a ninja that when he stood in place had like a plus 42 to stealth. That's pretty ridiculous. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy style levels of I'm just invisible. It's like, you're not, though. You're not invisible. But that guy was. That guy was just invisible all the time. So please do tell, how did you get 462 stealth? I think PC Gen does the calculations wrong. That could be. That could definitely be. Just going to go through here and make some of these things pop a little more. Maybe make these a little darker. Yeah. Okay. We're doing some good stuff here. That could probably just have a line of darkness. I like that. I think that looks grand. Darken this up a little bit. I really want to lighten up this sword. I want it to pop out a little more. I might need to do some more ambient occlusioning behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my layer there. I'm going to make a new layer altogether. And I'm going to highlight out these color layers that are not the sword. I said that are not the sword. Come on. Oh, I'm in an empty layer. That's why. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm really confused. See, now Photoshop knows what's up. There we go. Okay, so I have that selected, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a straight black. And I'm going to darken up some of these edges. But I want it to be really subtle. I want it to be a gradient, so I'm actually going to switch to a softer brush. Just so I can hit the edges around the sword itself. Need to make sure I didn't do any extra here. There we go. That will make the sword pop a little bit more, just a little bit. I need to make sure I go back to my hard brush. Yeet. His stealth is honestly functionally invisible, so in so many games, both tabletop and video. Yeah, there's something I do with my players for stealth is I tell them, like, this is not WoW stealth where you are just invisible. Basically, if you're trying to do anything, and this is how it actually is pretty close to how it is as written. Every time you try to do something while you're stealthed, you know, that decreases the increases the likelihood that you'll be seen. I think like walking in daylight is a -20. So even if you roll a nat 20 as a rogue, you know, someone can still probably see you if you're just trying to walk in the middle of daylight. So that's better. That is better. And I think what we need to do, I'm going to merge that down so it keeps that, because that'll push it back. I'm going to have to lighten it up, though. And I think the way I'm going to do that is by creating a screen layer. Yeah. And I'm just going to push this up. So I think the blue metal looks all right, but it's just too dark. So I'm just going to try to bring all this up without killing the lines. And then what I can do beyond that, besides clean up all this garbage, whatever this is, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted trying to talk. Is adjust the opacity on this so that it's not just straight white. That looks alright. It looks a little muddy to me. I'm not sure I like that too much. I think I might switch that to like a lighten or a color dodge. Or what we could do is we could add some color to it. And put it back in the blue range. Just drop it down a little bit. Just drop it down a little bit. Yeah, I think screen's the way to go, except I don't like it on the red, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it from that. And I think we did over-occlude some of that, so I might go back in, clean that up. So I'm going to merge that down. And back. Welcome back. The trickster.png. I was in a campaign, this is Cthulhu, where someone was able to convince everybody during a battle that he was holding behind a tree, that he was hiding behind a tree. We were in a wild open field. Was there magic involved in this? Or was this just like sheer insanity? Pure insanity. So see what I did there is I had a little too much of the occlusion. Made a little too much black around here. So I'm going to go back in and just try to clean this up a little bit and really lighten up some of these areas. Like this should be pretty bright. Feel. And this should be all bright. This could be really a little darker, to be totally honest. And that will do that. Yeah, there probably shouldn't have been any occlusion there because they are farther away. That's okay. That's the beauty of digital painting. We can always go back and fix it. I'll just add some more texturing in here. Actually, I don't know what that black line is. I think that's really what's bothering me. I'm missing something here. There is supposed to be a line right there that is actually just a bunch of muddy black color. That should not be there. That should not be there. This can be cleaned up. And we can just go in and just clean up this whole thing. And it'll probably look a hell of a lot better. Let's do that. Once again, self-critique, super important. If you can't self-critique your own work, you know, ask for help. Have people tell you, hey, that looks bad. You need to fix that. You need to edit that. You're missing a spot. Your legs look broken. Definitely all things that, you know, people can help each other out with. We're going to try to make that come back there. That should go down here. And then we can add some texture to really make it pop. Make it pop, pop, pop. Okay. I think that looks a lot better. There's still, these lines right here are a little too dark. A little too thick because they are internal lines. So I'm going to go ahead and redo them. Same thing with these two. And that's probably why everything looks like it's blended together, because all the line weight is the same. So here now, since this is in front, this should be a little thicker, and that will make it stand out a little more. I actually like that that comes forward, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to try to get rid of some of this black so that it has more of a interesting feel to it. It's supposed to have intricate weaving on it. that needs to be very, very thin because it is detail, not outside edges. That, I think, is making it look a lot better because now it's no longer blending into those lines. Welcome, Forsworn, to the Discord if you're in the call as well. It's good to see people joining. I'm glad the Discord is picking up some traction. Having a lot of fun doing this stuff with everybody. Next week, I'd like to start branching out into stuff that might be more Discord related. Maybe getting some people's artwork critiqued, or do a review of some kind. So if you have cool artwork you want to share, definitely post that in the Discord. We might be able to get something going. Okay, so that's looking way better. That's starting to pop now. We don't have all that black. So turn this back on and we can see what is going on here. Once again, I want to make sure I'm not... What's going on here? Beep. Okay, that's what I want. Now I'm going to turn that off there. There we go. There we go. That's starting to look better. That's me. Oh, that's you. You're first one. Well, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. Thanks for hanging out for so long. Testing the limitations of my audience. I was thinking about making some more stickers for people. I can't decide what to do next. I think I'm going to print off more of the just the Rookzer0 generic stickers for my Patreons, for my patrons on Patreon, and yeah, and I got to figure out what I want to do next for the next part of that. So I might do the frog. I really like the gunslinger frog. I think that was a solid piece. Could be fun to have a little sticker of that guy. Put that all over the place. How's my face doing up here? We could probably give a little. Oh boy. I think I need to fix this hair. I think I was trying to do like the gradiated, and I don't know if I like that very much. I think what I'm going to do instead is just actually grab the hair and gradiate it, like put an actual gradient on it. I think that'll look a little better. Whoops, not what I meant to do. There we go. Need to add this back in. Cut that out again. Okay, so I want to go back to this, and I'm just gonna go. Okay. You're the person that inspired me to learn how to draw, so I feel obligated to stick around. That's great. I'm glad you found some inspiration here. That makes me very happy. Have you shared anything with the Discord yet? If not, that's okay. You're very welcome to. As well as if you have any questions, feel free to ask me or anyone else. we've got a lot going on. Dunamancy. I leave for a little bit and return, but I've missed hours of the stream. Yeah. Everybody missed hours of the stream today. That's okay. I'll make up for it somehow. Okay, back to the pink. We want more pink. I think we want to use an actual, like, really bright pink. And now I'm going to need a different brush. I'm going to need a soft brush. Boop. Yep. And I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to just kind of coast the tips. How's that look? That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good right there. Da-na-na-na. Damn, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. We're getting somewhere really, really good. So I need to get in here and I need to get some more. We do have some artifacting, so we'll take care of that real quick. Whenever I'm doing this, I always have to make sure I turn off the shadow layer, because the shadows are, since they're separate, if I start painting on top of them, you get some really weird kind of multiplying effects with the color. So generally won't merge that layer for quite a while, and usually I just don't unless I need to like come back and do something with it. Make these eyebrows pop a little more. Pop, pop, pop. What did I ask earlier that no one responded to and it really confused me? Oh, how was everybody's D&D games this week? Everybody turn out okay? Everything do all right? I almost killed our party, but... Well, I'm the DM, so it's kind of my job. But, I mean, I almost killed the party, and that's usually not my intent. Let's clean all this up. Yep. Eedip-a-doo. At Jacob. He actually forgot to start the live stream until 20 minutes ago, so I haven't missed much. Yeah. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Live stream has been up for a while, and I've been here, but I haven't been streaming. So it's all right. We're all learning. We're learning things as we go. All the great streamers got to start somewhere, right? I don't know if I'm a great streamer yet. I think I'm reaching mediocre with what happened today. That's a good. It feels like a noob mistake. I'll own up to that. Okay, we got some weird artifact stuff left from earlier. Let's just clean all that up. Let's just clean it up. We don't need that. We don't need all that garbage here. We got great stuff. We don't need all that fluff. All those lines. I do love my lines. I love them a lot. But sometimes they don't need to be there. Like this actually might be a little too messy. A little too messy. Let's get this. I don't know what all this is. Gotta bring that down. Some more lines there. That looks really good. Do that. Get a little bit of pencil shading, which I'm a big fan of. Do that. This can kind of get cleaned up. This is what art's about, you know, deciding where your lines are, what lines stay, what lines go. It's got a power kick to it. Makes you feel real good. You forgot to bring your character sheet to last session. How'd that go? I've had that happen to a few times, and then usually that turns into, Hey, maybe we should just paint minis today since I don't have my character sheet. I'm also a big fan of having copies on Google Drive, so I can always just print more off if I need them. But I have been to places where that's not an option. Whoop. I want to make that real fine since that's an internal line. Looks like I also have some bleeding going on there. Cleaning up all this stuff. Cleaning it up. Making it sharp. Making it sexy. It's basically my only job is to make it look sexy. Well, okay, good. Wait, is that how someone earlier got 462 stealth? It's like, I forgot my character sheet. Oh, by the way, my character says I have 1400 strength. I have also played in campaigns where we've played for so long that we basically all know each other's stats. That's always fun. What do you mean you only rolled a 10? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, that does sound a little low. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I think we are epically close here. I think we're on the final leg. Just gotta do some cleanup. I do need to add a highlight layer. So what we will do now is we will make this a clipping mask, which I don't really need to, but I'm gonna make this a clipping mask. For those of you that don't know, a clipping mask is basically like it'll only draw on things below it. It's a cool little Photoshop trick. Pretty good to use. Now, how does that look? That's a little weird. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're just gonna go here, and anything that would be like caught with the light, like right on the edge there, we're gonna hit. Let's just try this real quick, see what happens. I don't think I want that much. Nah, I think we're just gonna do the edge. We're just gonna do some really hard light. It would kind of look like it's coming from the thing, the loot. I wanted to make it look like it's coming from the loot. And this will hopefully just help it pop a little bit off the background. This is kind of an optional treatment you can do if you want. I usually don't do it too often, but this character, I think because he's kind of supposed to be a little more fantastical, being a bard and all, I think we could do a little extra lighting for him. Whoops. We'll really just try to hit all the reflective surfaces here. I think that there's a level of stealth. Your character disappears from the game and materializes in another plane. You can just do whatever you want. What? You stealth so hard that you forget where you are, and you wake up 10 years later. Stealthed out of your own memories. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Okay. Boop. I want to hit a little bit of the eye here. Yeah. It just looks muddy over here, so I don't know if I'm going to have it over here. I think it needs to be strongest over there. Now what we'll do is we'll hit that with a hard light. See what happens. Maybe a soft light? I kind of like the hard light, actually. And what I might do is I might hit all of this with a gradient of blue to black. Make that a clipping layer again. Clip, 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 clip. Drop the opacity, make that a soft light. Just to adjust the whole color temperature of the picture. That made him look sick. That's a little more purple. The other thing, let's do it this way. Let's go back to that. Drop the saturation off. Okay. Put that back up to a whole bunch. Adjust my levels. Don't want there to be a real black. I want that to go from like black to gray. Cool. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I want that as a soft light. Make sure that's doing what we want. Yeah. And then what we will do is we will do a color balance. So color balance is going to look through all of this stuff, and I'm going to look at just my shadows. I'm going to push my shadows probably a little into the yellow, actually. My highlights I'm going to push into the blue. So this is a little backwards from a lot of color theories. Hopefully it'll give it a little bit more of a fantasy feel. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Right about there? I think that's okay. My friend had a rat folk with a sneaky sharding greatsword. I don't know if that was supposed to be typed that way or if that's what that means. So he just points at a gun and yeets a greatsword at their face to deal sneak attack damage. Okay. I think I know where that's going. I do like the ranged rogues. I had a friend. Sorry, long day. I had a friend that would be a rogue and would try to convince people that they were hiding instead of actually hiding. And there's a way to do that with sleight of hand, where you can basically feint. So like, look over here, and then stab them when they're not paying attention for a sneak attack. I always like that idea, instead of just having to go invisible and get behind somebody. I do like the idea of a rogue with a great sword. That I will always approve of. I think the red in the face is a little too abrupt. So I'm going to turn all this off, and I'm just going to soften that. I'm going to try to blend that out a little bit. The red should actually be at the bottom of the nose here. And it's just a matter of kind of getting that color in there without making it too harsh of a shift. I think that will help. Yeah, that red is just too prominent right now. Okay, let's try that. I think I have a little bit of flash right there. I do. Okay. Then we're going to kick that back on. This needs to be a clip mask as well, so it's only on the person. The other thing we haven't done yet is this hand. There's supposed to be a scar on this palm, and I've been avoiding it. Been very adamantly avoiding it. So let's turn all this off again. Take a look at this and see what's going on. Hey Rook, out of curiosity, do you have plans for a Nezumi Ratfolk build? Yes, I've done a Ratfolk video, if you want to check that out, which is a lot of fun. And the builds that I've done for Ratfolk basically always rely on the swarming, because I think the swarming is like the most interesting part of their kit. So I always try to get multiple people to play Ratfolks, or I have 2 or 3 Ratfolk. And one of my friends did this once, and I thought it was a lot of fun, where he actually played 2 Ratfolk at the same time, and he counted them as one character. And he had basically a sorcerer and a fighter, and so and they would just run around together. One of them would cast spells, and the other one would fight. And if someone attacked, we always rolled a die to see who would get hit first. So yeah, it's Pathfinder stuff. Oh, sorry. Sneaky and enhancement that lets you do sneak attack damage on an attack as if you were a rogue. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's great. You can put that on a ring. I had a lot of fun trying to enchant that onto a ring so that you could just have bonus sneak attack damage. There's a couple different ways to do it, but yeah, that's what I did with Ratfolk. There's 2 characters, which was a lot of fun. I think that's kind of the way to do it, really. Because aside from that, Ratfolk are kind of just goblins beyond that aspect. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Curses. There we go. Zip, 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 zip. Rap, zip, zip. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Try to put that. Looks like he's got ringworm now. That's not right. I think I'm gonna. It's supposed to be a scar, but I think I really need to make it kind of more magically inept, or inept. It's magically inept scar. Wizards and magic. Get it on. Yeah, exactly. Ratfolks do make good alchemists. The only other time I've seen somebody play a Ratfolk that wasn't that. Actually, I've done this before too, where we basically make a Ratfolk drug dealer. It just sneaks around, like makes different kinds of drugs and concoctions and tries to sell them. That was his whole kit. Was trying to become like the drug kingpin, which was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see as a character. I'll also use Ratfolk whenever I need someone to like kind of be a back alley peddler or a black market salesman. I just like the idea that every city has a bunch of rat folk that just run an underground market, and most people don't know about it unless they're involved. This is kind of an interesting thing about doing commission work. I got the information about this character, and he's supposed to have this scar that goes all the way through his hand that is circular. And I don't know how he got it, and I'm interested. Like, I want to know what happened. But I never got that part of the story. Oh, yeah, Ronin? That'd be really cool, too. That would be a pretty cool build. I think I am going to apply a small, thin black line around this just to make sure it pops out. But maybe the scar, maybe it's not supposed to be a circle. Maybe it's supposed to be a, you know, like a patch. Or should I just make the whole thing clear on the inside? Or lighter on the inside? That's not too bad. I think that's a little better. Okay, let's see what that looks like with all the color. Yeah, okay. Hey, I think we did it. You grabbed the top of a hot iron mug. Okay, tangent. So let's say you're playing 5e and you want to play a strength-based rogue. Sneak attack damage in 5e only requires finesse range weapon, not a dexterity attack. Barbarian rogue is awesome. Yeah, so weapon finesse. Weapon finesse was kind of something you had to tech into in the older versions. And in 5e, they just kind of say, these weapons are finesse weapons and you get your dexterity. So you can still play it that way, but you really don't have to. I think there might still be a 5e restriction on small to light weapons for sneak attack, but that might also be an older edition thing. If you take points in rogue, you might be able to just do sneak attack damage with whatever you want. So I have not made a video on Trox. I just recently convinced one of my players to play a Trox, so it's been on my mind, and that might be one of the future videos coming up. I think they're pretty cool. Any kind of bug-like race, I think, is pretty awesome. So definitely have that stuff going on. But I think we're basically there. I think we're finished up. I'm gonna go ahead and I will probably go in and clean up some of this stuff, like this right here. I'm gonna apply another gradient map, and I'm gonna really clean some of this up. Oops. Some of this really probably shouldn't be that dark. So I might do that. Sometimes I can just do this. And then just boop. Whoops. Doop. Bop. Boop. Nope. Boop. Boop. I made the darkers darker. No, that did nothing. So I think we'll just undo that. Whoops. Just leave that as is. Delete the layer mask, please. But yeah. So now what I will do is I will probably take this and I will put it on my desktop because my tablet is not as color sensitive as my desktop is. I'll probably fine-tune the levels, do some last-minute editing, some paintings, and then do a final layer of touch-ups. And I'll call this done. So I'm glad you could all share this with me. Sorry it has a weird late delay on the video today, or the live stream. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this grand adventure. That was a lot of fun. Trox, don't mind me. I just have 24 stir at level 4. Yeah, that's been an issue. We're running Rise of the Rune Lords, and as a Trox, he basically just... He does like 30 damage every time he attacks something, so they kind of two-shotted some of the bosses. So I'm gonna have to come up with a way to fix that a little bit. But I'm okay with that. Like, I think it's fun. If they're enjoying it, then it doesn't really matter if the bosses are a little squish. They've also almost died to a whole bunch of traps because the Trox is large, and he doesn't really fit in places, and he has to crawl, and yeah, it's been pretty great. It's been a lot of fun. The only restriction on sneak attack is it finesse, is it ranged? Do you have advantage? If not, is there an ally within 5 feet of the target? Do you not have disadvantage? And that's it. Yeah, so I definitely think sneak attack can be a pretty cool boon if you want to go in that direction. Yeah, sneak attack battle axe, I always thought was really, really funny. And if you can find a way to do it, my argument for it has always been that if you can swing the battle axe silently, then you deserve to do the bonus damage, but they have to have a really good stealth roll for it, and they have to be quick enough to do it. So I always thought that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think we're basically done here. I'm not sure I like that blue layer. I'm going to look at that. Yeah, I might get rid of that. But I'll definitely go in here and do some color correcting and some fine tuning. I might do another highlight layer. Unsure. But I will have this sent off to the client tonight. And tomorrow we can either... I might try to finish up the video tonight or tomorrow. And then probably start the next commission tomorrow if we don't get into some live stream Discord stuff. So yeah. Thanks for joining me today on this strangely short stream. I hope everybody's out there staying safe and staying healthy. Remember to keep your dice on the table. And if you and your friends haven't joined the Discord, get on that. Come hang out. Add some art. Ask questions about art. Add your character ideas. As always, I'm Rookzer0, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, at the right time. See everybody later.